How to price your services as a VA. Hey everyone, my name is Sylvia and welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, I'm a virtual assistant and VA coach from Portugal, and I love talking all about working from home, being a virtual assistant, working through Upwork, and much more. So if those are topics that interest you, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on my next video. In today's video, I'll be talking to you all about pricing as a virtual assistant. Now, I don't often touch on pricing in my videos or in my coaching because I think that's such a personal thing. Unless it's a one-on-one type coaching, it's such a personal thing that it's hard to give you custom help if I don't know everything about you. Now, this can vary depending on your location, depending on what you're doing, what your personal needs are. So in this video, I won't be touching exactly on how much you should be charging, but rather how you can charge. So in this video, I won't be touching on how much you should charge because that's individual for each and every one of you, but I'll be touching on the different ways that you can charge for your services as a virtual assistant. Now, there are three main ways you can price your services as a virtual assistant. Number one, this one is the most obvious, that is hourly. Basically, if you don't know, working hourly, you set an hourly rate for yourself, let's say $20, just to make math easy, and then you get paid based on how many hours you worked that week or that month. So let's say you are working $20 an hour and you worked 1 hour that week, you get $20. If you worked 10 hours that week, you get $200, and so on and so forth. This is usually better for more general admin tasks such as inbox management and calendar, booking services on a calendar and stuff that is not always predictable. It's also good if you're looking to test out a new service as a VA. Let's say you're looking to try email marketing, but you don't exactly know how much that takes you, how long that takes you. You can start with hourly and then evolve to a different kind of package. It's also good if your client is new to hiring a VA and you may be new to being a VA yourself and you can't exactly tell them how long it will take you. So you just agree between you two that you'll be charging hourly and that every task that they give you, they will be billed hourly depending on how long it takes you. Now, it took me a long time to break out of the hourly cycle, let's say, but it's definitely great to start, don't get me wrong. It's great to start hourly because, like I said, it's good to test out new services, new clients, and all that stuff. But you definitely can get penalized as time goes by because if you are doing the same tasks every single day, you eventually get quicker. So you'll get paid less over time rather than starting to be paid more as you get better. Now, with hourly, the key point here is that you track your hours. So if you're working through Upwork, you don't have to worry about that. Just download their own app to track hours. They have an app that you can download onto your computer and you just click on once you start working, and then you click off once you stop working, and it will do the math for you and it will bill your client weekly depending on how many hours you spent that week. Now, if you're not working through Upwork, you have Dubsado. Dubsado is the tool that I talked to you about 2 weeks ago, I think. I'll have that video linked in the description if you guys want to check it out. It was about the onboarding process using Dubsado. But I know Dubsado also has a time tracker tool that you can use to track your hours with your clients. Another tool that I've tried is Toggle. I've used this for a client before and I'm currently using it for a client. And it's a website, but you can also add the extension to Chrome. And you just click on it whenever you're ready to start working. You tell it, you write a brief description on what you're doing. And you just, sometimes it's easy to forget to turn it off, not gonna lie, but just try to remember to turn it on and turn it off and you should be fine. Alright, so the next one is retainer packages. Now, this one is the one that I'm less experienced with. I think I had one client on a retainer basis. But basically, what this means is that you have a set amount of hours per month. So, let's say a client hires you for 10 hours a month and you give them a set price for those 10 hours. So, it's still kind of hourly, but the difference is if they don't end up giving you work for those 10 hours a month, you still get paid for those 10 hours. So it's like, so let's keep on with the example of the $20 an hour. Let's say you have this client for 10 hours a month. You'll be charging them $200. Now, if you work those 10 hours, you get paid $200. Now, if the client only gives you work for 7 hours, you still get paid those $200. And usually, I don't know if this is for everyone that works on a retainer basis. Please let me know if you do work on a retainer basis down in the comments. But usually, I know that the hours left over aren't transferable for next month. So let's say you only worked 7 hours. It doesn't mean that the client next month gets 13 hours. So 10 plus the leftover 3. So I'd say this is a good idea, especially for long-term clients. So you kind of know how much you're working every month, and you usually don't go over that. If you do end up needing to go over that, it's usually charged hourly on top of that. So let's say you're charging $20 an hour for 10 hours, which is 200. Sorry, it's morning. My math isn't working. But let's say you're working 10 hours for $20 an hour and you're getting 200. But let's say the client needs an extra 5 hours. So you can either tell them the price for those 5 hours, which would be like 100 or something like that. You can say, pay me another 100 and let's do this on an extra retainer basis. I don't know if that's if anyone uses that term. But you can either do that or bill each hour separately until the client is satisfied. So I would usually, if I was doing this, I would charge each separate hour on a higher rate. So let's say I was working at $20, I would probably charge those extra hours at 25, for example. But this is also good if you have a variety of tasks that you need doing for that client. Let's say they need email management and they need calendar management and they need project management. Why can I only think about management tasks? But basically, if you need to do a long list of things for a long-term client, a retainer would be a great idea. Now, the third option to price your services as a virtual assistant would be fixed price. Now, I recommend this mostly for specific services such as social media or email marketing or design. Let's say you're designing a logo. You agree on a fixed price for that logo. So no matter how long it takes you to do that logo for your client, the price will be the same. Same for social media. Social media is usually a recurring price. So let's say you agree on $500 a month for 3 posts a week, and probably not much more because 500 is on the lower end. But let's say you agree for 500 a month. You agree on the set amount of deliverables. So let's say the 3 posts per week. Those will be your deliverables, and the client will know that they will get that exact same amount of work each and every month, and you get the same amount of pay each and every month. So this is usually better for you and for your client, unless, like I said, you have like an unpredictable scope and various different tasks to do, and it's not obviously easy to create a fixed price package. But like I said, for these more specific services that you know exactly what you need to do and how much you need to do of each thing, for that, it would definitely be better to do on a fixed price basis. It honestly took me a long time to admit that fixed price is usually better than hourly. Again, the only reason you should work hourly is if you're just starting out or doing various different things at once, or you just don't know how long something takes you. And also, don't be afraid to combine a fixed price pricing to other types of pricing. So let's say you are doing general admin tasks, but you also provide that client with social media or with email marketing. You can have either an hourly or retainer package for those more general VA tasks, and you can have a fixed price on top of that for that email marketing or that social media. So let's say the client wants you to keep in touch with their inbox and respond to some emails on their behalf, or book any appointments on their calendar, or respond to customer service inquiries. And on top of that, they want you to send out 4 email marketing emails a month. You can agree on a retainer package for those more general admin tasks. So let's say they hire you for those 10 hours a month. So they would pay you $200 for those general admin tasks, and then they would pay you for the 4 emails a month. So let's say you agree on $50 an email, they would pay you an extra $200. Okay, it ended up being the same amount as the retainer, but they would pay you $200 for the retainer for those general admin tasks, and then they would pay you another $200 for the 4 emails a month. Let me know if that makes sense in the comments. And that's basically it. Those are the 3 main ways that you can price your services as a virtual assistant. They are actually now all available on Upwork. So if you do decide to work inside the platform, it's actually a newish update that they are starting to roll out retainer packages. So they only used to have hourly and fixed price, but they now have the option to work on a retainer basis. Personally, I haven't done that inside Upwork yet, but I know you can agree on a fixed amount a week. I'm pretty sure it's a week. Yeah, Upwork works weekly. Never mind. So I'm pretty sure that you can agree on a certain amount a week with your client, and then you get paid that same amount every single week. So go check that out if you haven't yet. And let me know in the comments, which pricing structure do you use for your own VA services? Do you use a combination of 2 or 3? Or do you just use hourly or retainer or fixed price? Let me know in the comments, and let me know why you chose that pricing structure. Is it because it's better for you, better for your client? Is it because you probably didn't know about the others? Let me know everything in the comments, and feel free to DM me on Instagram if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions for future videos. I'll talk to you next Friday, and in the meantime, just leave me a like in this video and subscribe because that helps me out a ton. And I'll see you next Friday again. Bye!